millennials. Who are they? Not who you, but I thought you were Gen X. No, millennials. They're people, they're kids, they're adults who've grown up and who've lived with technology every day of their life. The next generation, Generation Z, I think they're called, they're the ones growing into an even more advanced world. So all of these people, me included, I'm a millennial, we have certain expectations and we start learning and interacting. Now here's a true story for you. My nephews, they're 2 or 3 years old, right? They're still having trouble walking. They still can't, start talking in sentences. They mumble a lot. But what do you think is the most interesting aspect that babies today, 2 or 3 years old, have? They have an electronic mommy and daddy. So, what does that mean? It means I've actually seen babies walk up to TVs, put their hands on it, and start like, I don't like this channel. I don't want to do that. Babies watching YouTube for kids, they know when an ad comes in, and they know how to press the button, skip it. Like ad, ooh, cool picture. No. There's Barney. There's my little baby. So everybody, we are using technology very intuitively. That's the point of it. And it's not just the world, it's Jamaica too. We know that you're all very knowledgeable. We know that you are very techy. So we know that you have special needs, and all of these needs can be called the age of assistance. So, what is the age of assistance? What do you think, the age of assistance? What does the word assistance mean? Help, okay? What does it also mean? Maybe not that much. No robots, no annihilation, no. Well, but close. Asking questions? What? There's no Skynet, but there is Google. Basically, it means walking with a crutch. We love technology. We've become so accustomed to it that we can't really imagine, what life was like 60, 70 years ago, or for Generation Z, before the 2000s. Can you imagine that? You try to tell them that the internet used to be a dial-up phone, that they used to make a little sound, and you could probably watch an image 30 minutes later, like, here, let's watch an image, but before that, it's downloading, let's go have lunch, let's go meet your grandma, then we can come back. No, they don't understand that. They've grown into these expectations that they want. They're so accustomed to the access to information, to knowledge every day, that they've actually become smarter and more conceptual and more worldwide than we'd expect. It's scary. No? Me, for example, I come from Mexico City. Does anyone know where Mexico is? What do we like about Mexico? Tacos. Yay! Who said tacos? I wish I had a book for you. But anyway, yes, tacos. How many of you have ever been to Mexico? Oh my golly, a lot. A lot of you have been to Mexico. You know tacos, you've been experiencing that, right? But even if you've never been, you know Mexico is like tacos, like Western music, sleeping under a cactus. There we go. I knew something was there. So if you're curious, you learn. I know more about, the news in the US than I do about my own home, because every day I wake up, I open my smartphone, it's like, oh, I read the New York Times. I do. So, curiosity. What do we actually mean by curiosity in consumers? Well, it means that I will research and I will expand, I will compare before I even get there. I will actually ask for friends for referrals. I no longer fall victim to heat of the moment or impulsive buys, right? And it sounds interesting that I'm calling them curious and they're calling them people who research when they're also impatient. That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? But the truth is that they're a lot more informed. And information is power. If I know that you're trying to sell me the world's best cup of coffee, and I know that your neighbor is also trying to sell the world's best cup of coffee, then I'm really, really going to be, well, skeptic about it. I'm not going to fall victim to the first sign. I'm actually going to take the time, okay, who's gone to your coffee shop? Who's gone to the other one? Who wants to stay at your hotel? Has my friends ever been there? Like, I do respect reviews, and I want to learn more, and I keep asking for opinions. But I also respect more the opinions of people I know. Going to Sharon's point, we listen and we buy to our friends and communities, which is the other curious aspect that has happened over the world, the internet. There's something called an online community. We can either go to YouTube, can go to forums, we can play video games, we can do a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group, whatever. We actually feel connected and communicating. We start developing friendships, even love interests over the internet. That closeness, that humanity aspect of it is what allows us to trust what other people say. And in itself, it also makes us a bit too curious. Did you know that kids today have become so research-oriented that they actually look for best travel accessories, best toothbrush? Like, okay, I didn't know there was a best one. I didn't know there was a worst one. But we look for reviews for everything, from the most small, mundane object in our everyday life to cars, to trips, to hotels. It's all about that information, that curiosity. And when does that curiosity happen? When do you think it? When are we most curious? When we're young, okay, true. What else? What else? When we want to buy, when we're ready to purchase. What if I told you it goes back to the previous conversations you've heard, and it's that moment of discovery? We struck upon a gold mine. I was walking down the street, and all of a sudden I feel hungry. The moments can happen at any time. It's not just about the lower funnel. It's not about purchase only. It's about curiosity. It's about leads. It's about connecting everything. You're here trying to get the best solution possible with the least amount of money. But to do that, you have to be smart about it. And being smart about it also means investing, correctly. And I'm not here to sell you investments. Don't worry about that. I'm here to show you how demanding the client is and what expectations they can have from you. How do we evolve the businesses of today? How do we help market and build a strategy that's going to entice everyone? And by everyone, I mean millennials, Generation Z, baby boomers, Generation X, our grandparents, our pets, everyone. So, when we think trucks, when we think cars and vehicles, what's the usual experience we expect? Someone says, I want a car. You might go to a used dealership. You might go to a new dealership. You start looking at all the different objects, all the different cars, and you might make a decision in 2 to 3 weeks, right? No, that's not how we do it here in Jamaica. But that's how it used to be. So Dodge, for example, realized that nobody wants to do that anymore. So they realized that in all actuality, the sales happened before they even stepped into the restaurant or even before they stepped into the dealership. So they realized that now that the users are more curious, they started looking for the best tires, the best fenders, the best cars, the best colors. Which car goes best if I'm a farmer? Which cars go best if I'm trying to drive off-road and in-road and in the city? So once their marketers realized this, they started engaging with the community in different aspects. It's no longer about, hey, buy a car. It's about, hey, you are worried about the safety of the car in case you're in an accident. Did you know that Ram trucks have the best security clearance ever? Like, you can pick up as much as 2 tons of rice and peas if you want. That's not true, by the way, but I just like that. in Mexico, we call it rice and beans. But, for me, a pea is a little green thingy. But still, the idea is the same. Maybelline realized that young girls, teenagers, started searching on YouTube, on Facebook for tutorials on how to put makeup. And they realized that thanks to these tutorials and these Instagram stars, they're influencing the buy a lot more than your business. So if an Instagram star, if a tutorial says, please buy Maybelline color red, number 63, and tap it, do a light tap here, they're going to try to follow the tutorial. They're going to go out and buy it, and they're going to do it. And then they're going to recommend it. Then they're going to start their own YouTube channel where they're showing how to do makeup. And it worked. Maybelline's selling a lot more to all aspects of life. Starbucks, like I said. Starbucks realized that nobody likes to wait in line. And that's universally true. So what did they do? They developed an app that lets you buy your coffee, that lets you order your coffee from the selected Starbucks you want before you even get to the store. That way, once you head in, all you got to do is, I've already paid, I've already ordered, it's here, I'm ready, now let's go on my way. And I can skip all the lines and all the losers who are all there waiting before me. You're like, hey, great coffee, right? Either way, so those kinds of cheeky behaviors are what makes today's consumers. They are connected in every channel, like Rashid said at the beginning. It's an omni-channel. It's about being on the right social networks. It's about being on the right channels, about engaging and not letting people forget about you. We are so bombarded with so much information every day that we don't pay attention. Our attention has become the most expensive aspect of marketing. Right, because it's too easy for us to just skip it next, turn off the cell phone, or, mute it while we wait for something else. So we have to be smart about it. And in this smartness comes the access to billions of users. I'm Google, I have to promote it somehow. Let's go over. What are the 3 traits for today's customers? Number 1, curious. Number 2, demanding. Number 3, impatient. What's curiosity mean? Don't remember. Discovery, research. It's about knowing. What's demanding? We want it now. It's about specification. We want it now. And 3, it's impatience. I don't remember what it's about. Please finish talking. Right? So how do we engage with them? How do we build a business around them to help them come to us? You got to show up. Say it with me. Show up. Wise up. There we go. So that is all.